Welcome back, y'all, to Music Monday. So today we're gonna be talking about music and its influence. So music can make you feel a certain type of way. You got music that gives you different types of emotion, such as love songs supposed to make you feel love. Um, Rock songs, may make you want to drink a lot of beer or something,
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I mean, if I listen to some rock, man, it's gonna make me want to drink a lot of beer, man. It's just the guitar, I like it, but the influence that music have on us, we grew up in an era where rap was, taking a turn against, I mean, not against, but away from the more hip hop sound to more gangster street sound.
Yeah.
During our high school, days growing up.
Man, yeah.
So we had groups like, artists like Ice-T.
Yeah.
He was gangster. Who else was gangster?
NWA.
NWA was gangster.
DOC. That was
Yeah.
my.
Well, yeah.
That was one song.
So yeah, NWA, Dr. Dre, all of these, they had gangster music.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of y'all know, it was real gangster music. They
Very
was
own
shooting.
Ghetto Boy.
Yeah, Ghetto Boys had gangster
Some
music.
people consider it gangster.
Now,
Freddie G, you remember one particular? Where, I ain't going to war for no shit talking president. That was, we was in the Navy, y'all, by the way, while we was singing this song.
so did NWA make us want to go out and be gangsters, as opposed to, what the new generation listening to now?
It didn't have that effect on me. I enjoy good music, but rock music, it didn't give me that passion to want to drink beer. Like I said, I enjoy good
Yeah, I
music.
think that's just you, bro. I'm sorry.
But I am an emotional type of guy, so
Right.
listening to gospel can bring my eyes to watering up some. But
Right.
As far as NWA and the gangster type of music, it didn't have that negative impact on me.
Right.
But that's me.
Right.
It affects everybody differently. But music definitely is soothing for the soul.
Yeah.
Right. And that's probably how it affects
Right.
me more so than anything. It's just, those like I say, even those love songs.
Right.
Yeah.
They had you feeling some kind of
Yeah,
way.
especially if you're
Yeah.
going through something.
If
they
you're
really
going,
mean
that's
something
right.
to you.
Yeah. It's emotional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have different songs for different things. It's I'm kind of weird like that.
Yeah.
I think y'all already know that. But
We know that.
but seriously, shout out to Keith Sweat. This is no diss to you in any way. And I love your music. But when I was little, we was growing up poor and we didn't have a lot to eat. But you used to have a song that come on. What was that? There's a good and a bad way to love. They remember that song? But I don't know if y'all remember that song had a lot of bass in it. And I had this little radio that I used to play, and at night it would come on, and I hadn't eaten. So when the bass would hit, it would hit through my stomach and just make me even hungrier. So I hated Keith Sweat.
So wait.
I hated him for that because I was hungry, bro.
Okay,
you
wait,
didn't have to
so-
put that much bass in your song.
There's a right and a wrong way to love somebody.
We'll go ahead.
So literally, that's how the music made you feel, basically.
Hungry.
Okay.
I'm hungry. Sorry, Keith. I'm sorry, man.
I think that when it comes to music and its influence and that's all wrapped up in emotions, I think what music does, I think that it brings out what's already in you.
Right.
So when it comes to love music, if you are a romantic guy, that love music taps into who you are as a romantic, and it brings out that romance in you.
Yeah.
If you are a street dude and you in them streets and you really truly about that life,
Yeah.
it may
Trigger.
tap into what's already in you.
Right.
And for those who actually want to be something that they're not, they'll use the music to actually give them courage.
Yeah.
Okay, now that I agree with you, because I'm gonna say,
That makes sense.
because y'all gonna make you reiterate, because I'm gonna say, because I'm not this gangster, whatever, right? You know, but there was a song by DLC called "Funky Enough." For some reason, I always wanted to fight when that song came on. Till I got hit in the mouth.
Oh wow.
Right? I ain't want to fight no more. I'm sorry, I ain't want no more. I didn't like what I was dishing out, and I actually finally got. I ain't like it. I ain't want to be gangster no more. So I would use the second half of that. I was using the music as a crutch, like you just said, as a courage juice.
So that
you know
song in particular made you want to fight.
That DOC
When you
Funky
heard
Enough.
it made you want to fight.
Man, that beat when it first came on, I was hard. When that beat came on, I was looking for somebody.
But
I was only 18. I was 17, 16, 17, 18. I was young.
I'll say I can't, I've never felt like that, but I can agree with that being a feeling because you got people out here that I know I've heard stories about years ago where a certain song made them go and do something. Remember that time they locked somebody up about a song? He
Somebody
did it
just got locked up by the song.
because a song made them go and do something. And I want to say, was it a Scarface song?
Yeah, actually, Scarface touched on it on "Hand Up a Dead Body."
Yeah.
He said Tupac Spice One never gave a gun to me.
Right.
So he touched on it on "Hands of a Dead Body."
Yeah.
So what they try to do, and they're kind of doing it today too with rap lyrics and bringing it into
Right,
play.
exactly.
And bringing it into
Right.
play. So again, I still stand on, I think that music, whatever music, brings out what's already in you if you're not trying to be something that you're not.
Right.
And also I want to touch on something you said, Comedian 96.
Yeah.
You mentioned Getting Funky Enough.
Yeah.
And that song had a nice track, right? Produced by Dr. Dre. However, that wasn't a gangster song. It was just about rap music.
But
it wasn't
do
nothing.
you remember the intro, how it came on?
Yes, I
Dun,
do.
dun.
It was dun-dun-dun,
Hold on.
dun-dun-dun. It's-
Yeah.
That's fighting music. I'm sorry.
So
Just like Onyx. Shout out to Onyx,
it's
DOC.
actually then. So we got to break it all down. So it's the tracks. I mean, it's the beats and the lyrics, because lyrics can make you go and do something or
Right.
influence you to do something.
Right.
Where
Right.
you
Good
hear
point.
a certain
Right.
beat puts you
Right.
in a mood.
It was the beat
So
then. It had
so
to be the
so
beat.
so what you're saying is it's
The
the
beat.
beat
It had to
that
put him in
made
that-
you want
right.
to do.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
Keith Sweat made you hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hungry.
So,
yeah.
Say it with
so
the beat on
again, that shows how the emotion of music can influence you to doing something.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. And even when I was little, I had it's me and my younger sister, but at the time she was a baby, so
Yeah.
that just left me because I couldn't play with a baby, but she was in months. I think my
Right.
sister was maybe 7, 8, 9 months.
Right.
I was like 4 or 5, somewhere around there. And my older brothers and sisters would come over. They were 9, 10, 11. They would come over, but then when they would leave, they don't come for the weekend. But then when they would leave, it would always be a song on the radio. It would be like maybe either Rolls Royce, The Emotions, or something like that. A sad song that always relates to them leaving.
Right.
And me crying
Right.
because they're leaving and they're not going to come back for another couple of weekends. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it just different songs just make you feel different ways. It's not that the song itself is sad.
Right.
It's more melancholy, you know what I'm saying? And melancholy, whatever, am I saying it right? Where you just feel You just feel a certain way, but the song itself necessarily is not sad, or the song is not a gangster song. Just like you just said, it just throws me in that mood. Like, let's fight.
Hey, let me ask the vets on the panel. If you guys remember back in boot camp, you know, that was a song that they played. I can't remember if it was towards the end or not, but, you know, pretty much 90% of the company would be in tears. I don't know if you guys remember. I think it was Proud to Be
American.
Yeah.
That's why I pointed at him.
And I found myself actually not crying, but, you know, I had to make myself cry for some reason. But what do you think that they were trying to influence us to do at that particular time?
I actually think that as a veteran myself, I think that when you're young or when you're joining the military, the first thing they have to do is they have to brainwash you. They have to brainwash you from being a civilian. And so I think that part of the brainwashing is to make sure you are a patriot of your country. Because if a war breaks out, you're fighting for your country.
Right.
So the song "Proud to Be American," an American, well, at least I know I'm free. I won't forget the man who died and gave his life for me. That's why I probably stand up. So, yeah. So I do remember the song, but I think that it's the brainwashing, and so I don't think that song in particular. If I take away the brainwashing and you play that song for me, I don't think that it'll bring out an emotion in me. I don't think it would affect me. No. But because of the brainwash,
everything they put us through the boot camp,
it affected me because of the brainwash.
Right. So, but it was in music form.
Yeah.
So they used that as a tool. At that point, they used music as a tool to influence you.
Yeah. Well. Now, I get I get what you're saying. Yeah. That's part of it. But you know the training itself.
Yeah.
The training itself, and when you're there's so much training to where you hear cadence in your head all of the time. You're thinking about running and jogging and all of the cadence. And when you finally do hear some music, it's I'm proud to be an American. Or at least I don't know. But you just finally hearing some music, you know. Yeah. And so it's you look forward to it. You're brainwashed, but you're right too.
Right.
You know.
You think about it, you go 3 months without listening to nothing really, and then when you finally hear something, it's theirs. That's fine. We'll take it. I ain't heard no music in 3 months, so it's like eating a, you know.
Yeah.
Said eating. Okay, I get it.
Since you mentioned eating, is there a particular type of music that influence you to want to eat? We know it's the type that makes you hungry.
It don't matter what music. Let me stop.
It influenced you in some kind of way.
Shoot.
But yeah, I would say, like, let's just say the difference in the influence from that type of music to the difference of what the influence would be on something else, you know, like a R&B song. Would it be the words that you hear from an R&B song to influence you maybe about you and your relationship?
I think that with R&B and the words, again, the reason why in my opinion, why R&B songs hit you emotionally or influence you is because you can relate. And the key word is relate.
Right.
So if you have someone singing an R&B song, and you know that you've experienced that, you can relate to it.
Right.
You know, and so if it's a song that you can't relate to when it comes to R&B, it may be a good song, but you don't feel it.
Right. You know,
like the next person may feel it because this is some, like, that's why a lot of females love Mary J. Blige.
Yeah, because she made that type of music.
And she made that type of music for them to feel.
Yeah.
And because a lot of females
went
through what Mary J.
she was singing about.
Went through.
Exactly.
But that whole album.
No, you're right. Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
So with R&B, it has to be something. Not has to be, But I think that the feeling and the emotions is because you can relate to it. When it comes to hip hop or rap, gangster rap, or hip hop or gangster rap, because there's a difference. When it comes to gangster rap, I think that for the street dudes, I think that a lot of them feel like you hear a lot of people say, "Well, I like Biggie. He's a better rapper than Tupac, but I feel Tupac.
Right.
I feel it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
And I think the feeling comes from because you're closer to that life.
Right.
To that
Man,
life.
I didn't know they had Tupac at number 4. I'm upset about that. My bad.
Well, it's all subjective, though, man.
Yeah.
The best rappers and all this stuff is subjective.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
But again,
Yeah.
I think it's with R&B slash, I think it's more relatable.
Right. Right.
And see, me
I agree.
personally, I hear the music first before I hear the words of any song.
Right.
The music is what gets me
Right.
first.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe that just comes from my musical background. But later on, if it's a catchy hook and it's something that I can relate to, then it'll hit me differently. But more or less, I'm listening to the music first,
Yeah.
so, and more
Right.
foremost.
Right. So, quick question: since we Houston,
Yes.
did DJ Screw's music style make you more subject to want to smoke weed or sip drink?
God,
this
why
is-
you gonna
this
make me
was-
put him on
But
the
I want
spot?
to, because you know why? Because this is the truth.
That is
Because
so
out
dirty,
of
though.
most South Side people that I knew,
Yeah.
when Screw, it was mainly people was either you smoking some weed
Southside fade.
or it's gonna make you want to go and get you some drink.
Southside fade.
Nah, I enjoyed my weed.
Yeah,
Before
I listen to
Screw.
it
Yeah.
better, but it ain't. Nah, it
Yeah.
ain't what
Yeah,
it
but
was.
the
So-
lean, you're right.
but that was the influence.
I never wanted
Yeah.
to until
Yeah, but that was the influence, in that era.
yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, because I
know.
never touched it after that era.
You never touched weed after that era. Is that what-
I
is
mean,
that we- that's what we're talking about, right? You never weed.
I thought you said lean.
Yeah, that too.
Oh,
You never touched that after that era.
why would you actually? I mean, it's 3 other people. I mean, so 2 other. Well, it's 3.
Well, because you said you never touched it after, so I
know.
was trying to figure out what you had never touched. Was
Which-
it the lean or was it
No,
the
I'm
weed?
talking like other people.
Oh, other people.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, but that was the influence from that style of music. So, it still goes to show that music has influence in some form or fashion. Now, I'm just talking about the type of music that I listen to.
Yeah.
But there's plenty other races that listen to their style of music, and it's much different from ours. Now, what I don't know is how it make them feel, or if that music gives them some sort of feeling or influence them.
Well, I think it's the same. Let me elaborate. So, I can't speak Chinese, but if you go to China and they're listening to music, let's say there is a singer in China that's equivalent to a Babyface,
Yeah.
Right.
but I don't understand none of the words.
Right.
Well, that singer and songwriter who wrote that song, they're probably writing a love song based upon experience.
Right.
So love is love.
Right.
Love making is love making.
Right. No matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah.
A candlelight dinner is a candlelight
Like
dinner.
dinner every time.
But-
So with that being said, we just can't understand the words.
right.
But whoever's listening to his music or her music,
Yeah.
the same emotions are there because they know what it feels like to make love.
Yeah.
Right.
They know what it feels like
Yeah,
to have
love
a candlelight
song.
dinner.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So I think it'll be the same
Yeah.
emotions, the same thing.
Now-
we just can't understand it.
Now I want to point this out. I'm not a heavy rock person, musically.
But you drink beers, though.
But I'll listen to it. And if I listen to it, it makes me want to drink beer.
Right.
So, but I'm saying that's not because I'm listening to the words.
Right.
That's because I'm listening to the music, and it's. I have to drink some beer if I'm going to listen to that.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
I get it. No, I don't get it. I'm lying.
But what I'm saying is, there's other styles of music that make people feel,
Yeah.
whatever way that music makes them feel.
It touches on all emotions,
Yeah,
good,
it's
bad, and ugly.
and I say rock because rock has a lot of listeners as well. I mean, it's a big seller of music, So of course they got a lot of listeners, but
Right.
when they show us, I guess, graphic or video images of them at parties and clubs, or how they do, or even how they look in a movie or something, they show us that the rock people that listen to rock music, they rock out
And mosh pits.
and throw their bodies around
Mosh
and
pits,
stuff,
yeah.
do stuff
Yeah.
like that. So that's another influence. That music has a different type of influence on them.
Here's something
As-
that we got to take an accountability to that. When you're speaking of like rock music and stuff like that, and even rap music,
Right.
and you touched on it with screw music, a lot of them people are under the influence too.
Right.
That makes them like, and then the
Right,
type
right,
of drug
right,
you
right.
may be taking.
Exactly.
The type.
Another, but see do we blame that on the music? The influence of them making them wanting to do whatever they do, drug or alcohol wise to it, is that the music's influence, or is this just the individual that's saying, "Oh, I'm gonna smoke, I'm gonna get high,
I think it's the
and listen to this
You
individual.
gotta
music"?
hold the individual
I
accountable.
think yeah.
Yeah,
It's the
partially you
individual.
show right because you gotta have it.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, let's just say I'm just waking up in the morning and I'm chilling. I got weed. I'm just not smoking. Do I turn on some music and start getting high?
But
Or-
it depends on
You know what I mean?
it depends on your routine.
Does a certain type of music make me say, you know what?
Motherfuckers go get high if they got some weed.
If they got
So
some-
it ain't
right.
shit that for
It
that.
ain't-
Shit,
yeah,
most
sure.
weed heads.
Yeah,
Shout out to all the weed heads out there.
weed heads.
Hey,
So we shooting our weed heads now.
yeah. Hey, the music also can influence us on how we dress. You
Right.
know, we didn't really touch
Right.
on that. Not only how we act, but how we can
Right.
dress and.
Archie, y'all remember that?
Yeah, yeah, I remember that.
You go starched up. Boy, I get high accident. You got starched up the other.
Yeah,
Man, they
that was a
talked
part of the fashion.
Yeah. That was
which
with the screw era.
which was influenced by the music.
about the screw era.
Again.
The same era.
Yeah. So yeah, music has its influences, different types of music, all the way around the world. For everybody, every person on this earth listens to music in some form or fashion. So it has its influences. Advertisers use music to make you want to go to the store. Go in the store, you hear the type of music. When I hear that pop music, it make me want to shop. But yes, it is definitely influenceable. So look, thank y'all for checking us out. Come back, deal with us tomorrow.
All right. Peace.